25% of people with myalgic encephalomyelitis are like me, and they probably can't shave their legs. They probably cannot walk far distances. I use these crutches to get out to the car. And a lot of visualization because we can't move very much. I haven't been able to go upstairs, so I pack bags like this in between. I use a cane to get around. Wheelchair if I need to sit. And then we have myofascial urology every day there, along with a lot of food that's hard to eat. Luckily, my physical therapist and my acupuncturist come to the house. Water, very important. Need a lot of planning and calendars and decreasing the number of steps that it takes to do something, like even opening those cabinets. So, I have my master's in library and information science. I've been sick for 3 years. I'll be 33 in October. It's good numbers. And I only have 3 prescriptions right now. I'd like to talk about my diagnoses. I believe that there's certain strains of ME, different strains. And technically, I should be a lot worse. I think I do a lot to manage on a day-to-day basis. Still, all of the structural issues, they got so much worse because I've been misdiagnosed for so long. We have to be our own doctors, so we have to start organizing this information so that we tell our doctors that we find that trust us and are actually interested in learning about the disease. They're not one of these tunnel vision doctors that only do exactly what they do, like a surgeon, like most of a Western medical profession. I thought my root cause was root canals. I had a lot of antibiotics as a baby, wore away the enamel on my teeth, 3 root canals by 18, 3 retreatments by 29, all got reinfected. And the only place I could find with medical and dental care together was in Switzerland. So that's where I got my final 2 root canals extracted. This happens a lot. I just have to breathe. I'm going too fast. Life is too fast for us. Keep the kitchen sink on and try to talk to me, or the fan, or the air conditioner. It breaks down, don't understand anything coming in. I try to stay away from Wi-Fi and EMF exposure. This is also very hard for people. And a lot of viral infections. I'm actually on a off-label valciclovir for Epstein-Barr virus. Pump up the volume and do it over a year, combined with the low-dose naltrexone. I quit my job. I just got approved for disability. Fully favorable. The judge was very sympathetic. New York gives disability for myalgic encephalomyelitis. Not every state does. And we found structural issues. This is why only 2 teeth on either side touch. And I'm taking my jaw from a hockey stick to an L, fixed anterior growth guidance appliance, literally growing my jaw out and my palate so that I have more room to breathe and there won't be so much compression in the head. This dentist works with an otorhinolaryngologist, an ENT surgeon. He took 80% of my epiglottis out, your throat. It was literally choking me probably all of my life, along with the subgrowth. And I have the third part of that team is a myofascial urologist. A lot of exercises you saw on the table, a lot of props. So I'm starting to breathe for the first time in my life. We later, depending on everything, will do another tongue surgery because it falls back into my throat when I'm sleeping. Do a frenectomy, slice that little guy off, cause a lot of tension. And then deviated septum, but this guy's really cool. Nasal dilator. But it hurts. Everything is sinuses. From antibiotic abuse as a baby, they misdiagnosed all of this stuff as ear infections. We have the gastro problems. Fighting with insurance right now for a gastric emptying study, which I'm not even sure I want. Positive for POTS. It's a orthostatic postural. It's tachycardia. So when I go from a reclined position trying to move up, heart rate and blood pressure spike really high in either direction. So common among us is autonomic nervous system dysfunction, which I thank God I had yoga, so many years of yoga and breath work, China and Asia for 3 months, dengue-like mosquito virus, on top of everything, probably just worth it. Because just in my backyard in Westport, Connecticut, I get Lyme co-infections, Babesia and Bartonella. Then, of course, all of these things happen before the root canal extractions. These are just the sites for it to live in. Still waiting on EDS and MCAS, diseases that deal with connective tissue and mast cell histamines, like this rash, or fungus. Craniocervical instability test is a MRI in different positions. Can be exacerbated by all of that dental surgeries that I had. So many awful doctors. The first root canal extraction was emergency. I was supposed to leave for India in 3 days, one-way ticket. I still have my 10-year visa. Abscess erupts, and that's the first time I land in the hospital for 6 days. So, I'll mention other things if I remember. But staying in a pocket of energy, very important. Having people that you don't need to talk so much words, very important. Biomarker, we found a biomarker in Stanford. Oh, and my pulmonologist, can't see him until March, 1 year in advance in Boston. Another surgeon dealing with the relationship of the heart. It's this whole pericardium. It's hard, so I'm excited, but that's pretty much a little bit of an update. Thanks, guys. Hope it helps.